Alrighty, got my saw, and granted it's not really the saw I would usually go after it with, but I'm gonna stop here at the shed and grab myself that log I cut down. I heard a red-tailed hawk out here screeching. I don't know if it was claiming its territory or just out cruising. So I'm gonna stop here in the shed and get me a glove to cut with, because the one thing is when you're using hand tools, you can blister up real fast. And I do have my Bluetooth, which I'll hook up once I get a little further out, so I hear him or her. And I'm going to take the non-muddy way, so no cutting across the field. It's warmer today, so the ground's a little softer. And that's where I'm heading. That's the path I took last time. This is the path I'm going to take this time. I did order a nice 3-foot axe, and I'll put a wicked blade on to use to chop down those trees. The hand axe is cool. It's great for a emergency situation, but it's not the one I would use for long term. Regardless of how much exercise I want, it's a tool that can do the job, but it's not the tool for the job. Here's those trees I planted when I first moved out here a little over 20 years ago, and now they're spreading, which I want them to do. And let's turn the corner here. So today's goal is to chop that big branch in half and maybe haul one of the pieces out, one of the two. Got a hold of a buddy of mine, and he has a chainsaw lumber mill. He says it wastes a lot of wood, but that's why I picked that certain tree, as it was more wood on there than I was going to need to make that bow. Now, it'll allow me to cut sections, and it says he's got a table saw too, so there might be some interesting things we can do. Basically, I want to get it cut down to about a 3x3-ish and let it season, dry out, and then do some more research which way I want it to go with the grain and start going from there. I did watch some videos, but it was at work and I couldn't really hear, so I know I was missing some important parts. And I'm gonna start grabbing wood from there too to reinforce my floor. He said, "Welcome to it." So I probably should start doing that. So here we are coming into the woods. You can see, looks a lot different than it did in the spring and in the summer. All the leaves are pretty much have fallen. I can see further in it. like I said, I was like, wow, that'd be a great tree for it, but it's too close. And I wanted to get out a little further. So I got 2 cuts. There's the tree I fell. I got basically 2 cuts I want to do. First one, I want to do the long cut, probably right there. I'm going to try to get it up on that log. That'll help. And then I'll probably cut it in half. So let's get set up. So the whole idea is to get it up on that stump, and that will keep the tree from binding onto the saw, hopefully. That's the idea. There's more for lumber, but this is just rough lumber. The whole idea is you let the saw do the work. No, you're not. You're just letting it ride. Ride, Sally, ride. So, here we go. So if I cut it here, it's going to bind. We don't want it to bind, so what I want to do is I want to cut it here. So even though that'll be in the way, it actually might even make a good carrying stick. So let me reposition the camera. I realized yesterday I had it, nobody could actually see where I was cutting. I thought that was kind of silly. So, come on. Perfect. So what we're going to do is we're going to saw here. See all that stuff that hangs in the canopy? Make here, so I'm sawing. Hopefully the weight of the tree will cause it to open up, not close. Oh, sawing I go. So is it as fast as the chainsaw? No. It's supposed to be. But it'll get it done eventually. You gotta be patient. So it's not opening up as much as I want because I actually have branches down here trying to support it. Make it a little interesting. Oh well. working now. About third way through. I wanted to get this done earlier this morning to find the lift afterwards. I want to give time for my arms to recover. We're making good progress. So, down at Prepper Nation had a good show about, we had a movie coming out in the spring called Civil War. We posted the link on it, and maybe I'll do that on my Farms and Prepping channel. It gives you something to think about. I'm sure the left is not happy about it. I hope everybody takes time to kind of get prepared for next year. Because you never know what this crazy world's gonna have in store for us. So I'm almost done. In fact, there we go. Ta-da! So now I have probably a 16 or 18 foot length that I'm gonna saw in half again, just to make it easier to carry out. I don't feel like carrying out a piece this large. So what you do is you bring it forward about where you want it. Almost there. Remember, I only want to cut it once. And I can carry this out in 2 trips. So, it's going to be about 8 feet, about where I want it. So now with that hanging, it should open up easier this time. Like I said, you let the saw do most of the work. So there's no need to do that. The teeth are designed to do the cutting. So basically the weight of the saw will do the trick. Now this is more of a trim saw, so the teeth are thinner, or shallower, or however you want to call it. For a tree saw, they'd be far more coarse. still a lot of work. So you get a chance to check out that trailer, Civil War. Guess it's coming out in April. Another movie coming out too, which is really ridiculous. You know, I used to think movies were for entertainment, and I think at one time they were. But now it seems like every movie has to have an agenda or hidden message. No, I mean, a movie has to have a plot. You know, good versus evil, you know, whatever. So I think they get more concerned about what the messages they want to send you than just making it entertainment. I don't want to go to a movie and be told how I'm supposed to think. I want a good storyline, hopefully good acting, good cinematography. And that's it. Some of the most enjoyable movies I've seen had a better plot, and even though they didn't go, you know, ridiculous on the special effects, they were great movies. One is called Below, and it's a haunted submarine movie. It's a very good movie. It was the International Film Festival where I caught it, and you know, they use the plot and they use, you know, music, and they use that kind of. They didn't need the gore to make it scary. If you get a chance, check it out. It's a good movie. So exercise like this is different than when you're in a gym. In your gym, you're using pretty simple movements. You know, it's this or it's this. You do that, but when you're using tools, you're using a lot more movement than you do when you're in the weight room. So a lot of smaller muscles get involved. When I was at Medieval Fair a couple of years ago, and if you followed me, you've heard this story before, but it's worth repeating. You know, they had swing the hammer, ring the bell, and then at the end of at 6 p.m. when things were getting ready to close down, they had a contest. So my son and I entered it because, you know, we rang the bell and it qualified for us, yada, yada, yada. And there's 20 people competing. And so there was a young man, probably in his 30s, had you know, colored yellow hair, had these cat eye contacts. It looked pretty cool. I can't do contacts, just not for me, but it looked cool. He was in good shape. And he tells his kid, watch Daddy win this. Well, I understand he's wanting to impress his boy. But I turned around to my son and said, if anything happens, I'm going to place it in front of him. Now, I was by far the oldest one in the group. The first part was ring, you know, everybody rang the bell 10 times and move forward. Half of us did. My son would have, but he got impatient, and as the thing came down, they bounce up. And when it bounced up, that's when he swung. Otherwise, he would have been in it. Probably would have placed ahead of me. But anyway, there was the 10 of us. Well, the second part of it is more of an endurance. You know, ring as many as you can in 2 minutes. And there was a guy in his probably 30s that was walking around like King Tut. And he was a bodybuilder. And I told my son he's going to win it. I said, because they do a lot of endurance, a lot of reps. They do reps, you know, 30, 40 at a time. and he did win it. The guy who came in second worked for the railroad. This is normal Joe. 5'8", 170 pounds, jeans, t-shirt on. He got second place. He impressed me. He had that endurance going. I got third. I was pretty happy about that. And Mr. I was going to win it got fourth. Or did he get fifth? I think he might have got fifth. But what was surprising is the guy who came in second. You know, that's a man who's been swinging a hammer, swinging a sledge, you know, for probably the past 10, 15 years. So that's where this is a different type of strength, and that's why it's good for it. That's why when they say farmer strength, the farmers, you know, I mean, a lot of it's taken over machinery now, but back in the day, they had to do a lot of this. And so it made them very strong all the way around. And that's why I tried to do it. You know, if I'd done this with a chainsaw, you know, in a hundredth of the time, I could have. And I do have chainsaws. One of these days I'll actually fire one up. It's still in the box. Otherwise, I like to try to get the exercise in. So when you see that construction worker, concrete worker, roofer, you know, don't be thinking, well, they don't go to the gym, they're not strong. You're in for a surprise, because they are strong. They're carrying stuff by hand. They're slinging a 16 to 20 ounce hammer. You know, they're carrying wheelbarrows of cement, carrying, you know, bundles of shingles, bags of concrete. You name it. They are exercise. So one of the main reasons why I got into the gym is because my job in retail didn't require too much lifting. So there was a lot of just standing around waiting for customers to come in. So if I knew if I didn't do something about it, I was going to get out of shape. Actually, for a while, I let myself get out of shape until I took a serious look in the mirror and took responsibility to make changes. And you have to take that responsibility. And I'm glad I did, because I'm a far healthier man at 62 than I was at 39. So I'm always trying to find fun things to do that's going to incorporate some sort of training. Luckily, a lot of things in life do that, but I mean, if you're a computer programmer, you're working behind a desk, you know, you don't have any activity while you're at work, and you're at work 8 hours at least, then the gym is for you. You know, well, for anybody. I go to the gym too. So you can see how the saw is not binding up as much anymore, because the way the tree is opening up that cut. It's making it easier. Every now and then I'll kind of come on an angle and attack it that way. Yeah, there. See it going? At the very end, it can bind. Ta-da! So much easier than the axe. This is going to be the chunk that I'm going to cut down for the bow. And this is the piece that I'm going to try to carry back out today. And if I don't make it all the way, at least I'll get it part of the way. And then if I have to, I can come back with my vehicle and pick it up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back and oh man, that's kind of a cool way of doing it. Shed some weight off. I think it's what we're supposed to be for, but that's pretty cool. So this is one I'm going to get chopped up. Well, probably both of them. And then draw my lines, figure out which way it's supposed to go. One of my subscribers said, you know, go to flea markets and you can get draw knives and stuff like that. And I have two of them somewhere in the house. I gotta locate them and get them out to the shed. Because with that, I could almost do it without the sawmill, but my buddy has one and I'm just curious to see how it works. So, getting ready now for the fun part. Carrying this out here. You know, I have a saw. Now, I'll be honest with you, I can leave the saw out here. I don't think anybody's going to be coming out. So let me quickly make a hang place for it. I can, there we go. Got it hung up. So here comes the fun part. Throwing it up on my shoulder and see if I can still do the camera. But I'm not leaving the camera out here. Or the stand. Unless I come back for it. Just feeling how heavy it is. Oh, that's good. If I get it up on my shoulder, it should be good. Let's see about getting the camera set up for me. There we go. I got it up on my shoulder. And I'll carry it until it gets uncomfortable. Not like it's too heavy. Now, if I wouldn't have cut it in half, yeah, it would have been. So at least I'm going to get it out in the woods and get it closer to where I need it to be. Yeah, imagine, you know, this is how the natives did stuff and the pilgrims used. Went out there and chopped it down and carried the logs to where you were gonna make your log cabin or teepee or whatever. So they were in shape. There was no, wasn't too many people overweight. So I think I'm going to carry this to where I turn towards the property and leave it there and come back later and get it. It's got a good weight to it. You ain't kidding. You see, hiking a couple miles with this on your shoulder. I used to do that. And it gives you an idea how soft we've become. Look at a bunch of the guys do those severe fitness events. I mean, that's doing stuff. That's impressive stuff. Alrighty. So, here at the turnoff, starting to really feel it in the shoulder now. So I'm gonna dump it off. Woo! That was some work. So I do appreciate everybody pops in on the channel. Appreciate your support. My members, I really appreciate your support on some of the videos. You do get to view them first. It's a new feature that YouTube came up with. And it's good to do come up with some new stuff. I'll post this my regular time, 5 o'clock. Probably before it goes to meal chat for right now. We'll see. Of course, you'll know whether I did or not before this video comes out. It does kind of break into my day a little bit, and I want to be at the gym at 1. So what time it is when I get back. But another nice day out here in the sun. This is what you want to do, is get outside as often as you can. As it gets towards January, it won't be as friendly. So, went back to the woods instead of the walk to the road. The woods are more fun. Tomorrow, I won't have any time to do anything because I'm working until 3 a.m. tonight. Get to bed, get up about 9:30. In time I do the 3 S's, I'll be heading to work because I gotta be there at 11 a.m. I didn't have to do this, but you know, they say make hay when the sun is shining, and it was shining. It was shining brightly. All right, let me dump my gloves back off here in the shed. I'll probably fire up the forge next week. I just kind of got involved with too many things. And like I said, tomorrow and Friday I will not have, Friday I will not have any time to do anything. Oh, there we go. Saturday is my day with the missus and I to go and do some fun stuff. So I hadn't moved the trail cam yet. I was going to. There's the little princess. And I just ran out of time. So what they say, the best time to do it is when you're thinking about it. So I'm almost wondering if I should bring in the cube first. But I'm going to try to get that set up. Not hard to do. So I got it taken down. We'll bring it in, put new batteries in it, and check and see if I caught anything interesting. And then I'll move it out here to where I'm dumping the cat food and try to see what's coming out there. I might just utilize my stand, who knows. So we still got ice on the pond, but it's starting to melt away. Probably have to go on by this afternoon. I don't see anything swimming underneath. Oh, looks pretty well. Hey, a place to do it, but there's a lot of things in between that'll move, make it. So I might just utilize the stand. That'll probably be better. So time to go in the house, get ready to have second breakfast, and get things ready for I'll have to make a stop at the store and get some extra food and stuff to get me through. I have bread, I got cheese, I just need meat, and probably some energy drinks. I'm gonna go get some of those 5-hour energies. Tend not to try to use them, but if I do, it'll be early in the shift. And on second thought, I probably won't. They don't react well to me. We have a little putty cat. Little Bink's putty kitty. You were pretty kind of involved there, weren't you, kitty, huh? You're kind of involved in there. Let me see if I can catch her wanting to come up with my lamp. Now that I want it to happen. That's when it probably doesn't. That trick never works. Let me see. I got the chair there. Yep. Perfect. Let's see if Binkster will come and join me. Oh, what's up here, Putty? See, she's playing. She's playing. Yep. Yep. I'll pretend I'm busy on something. Oh, look, I'm busy. Oh, I wonder what this is. Anytime we try to get things planned. Oh, there she is. She loves to get the petting. Likes to be on my lap. Mama's too. Yeah, you good kitty. You good putty kitty. So from a wild feral cat, now my buddy. Now if anybody comes down the driveway, she'll be gone. Basically me or Mama, that's it. Yeah. And of course, if I want to go to get up, she's not happy. Like, we just started getting like this. Yeah, there you go. Oh yeah, pretty kitty. And if I start petting her, then she's like, hey, what gives? I'm down here. You know what gives? And this is part of the having fun. It's pretty well established people who have pets live a happier life. Showing everybody your best side, huh? Showing everybody your best side. It was fun. Possible to have a live stream, we'll see. The day goes by so quickly. I did get up early though. That always helps. But I probably should take a nap. I don't want to be up until 3 a.m. Took one yesterday for about 20 minutes. It's one of those hard ones. But it did me wonders. What's up, freaky cat? You ready to get down? Alright, I gotta get up. I gotta get up. I know, I gotta get up. I'm getting up. I'm getting up. So everybody, rest, nutrition, and have a good day.